Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's great.
This is a podcast. This podcast is called Bustle Radio Game Music, or
Good game, good music.
Interventions.
Good Game, Good Music.
I'm going to say that at least 4 times in
You
this
should.
podcast.
I don't know how to steer into this, so I'm thinking this is like the official break for ditching the old name
Oh, we're changing the name?
and
Good Game, Good
embracing the new name. Yeah, because we've had Bustle Radio Game Music, BBGM,
BBGM.
BBGM. As like the placeholder for
George
the
R. R.
last
Martin?
fucking 40 years. No, there's not enough letters, not enough consonants in there.
I'd like to buy a vowel, Bob.
Yeah, welcome to Good Game, Good Music. I'm Griff Hoffmann, and with me is Collin Connett
Hello.
and Sopher Jr.
Hello.
Hey, let's talk about video game music, because that's what we do on this podcast.
And my favorite thing about this podcast today is that all of us old fucks play very few new games except for our ringleader here.
Yeah,
Griff plays 400% more games than all of us.
I don't know if that's true. You guys play a lot of games.
I play a lot of games, but
I guess
there's
you're,
always like
you're Johnny on the spot with the new games.
I live
usually.
live in the now, man.
I always have like a year or two delay, unless it's
Same.
a really cool game. Or,
Now you got,
I don't really know.
You got big beefy PC. You can join the current gen.
That is nice.
You are a lost cause, Collin.
It's all over for me.
Mr. I fucking guessed Doom on the first frame.
I sure did.
I did it too.
I just
Easy
got
as
to my
shit, man.
2013 games. I'm making my way up.
Those colors.
I looked at it, I'm like, that's fucking Doom. But I'm just going to hit scoop or skip, and I'm like, oh, it's Doom.
I've only played 100 million hours of Doom in my
Right.
life. Don't worry.
I mean, when I saw that, so we're talking about the least appreciated game of the year. Guess the game. And when I saw that first panel, I thought of you, Gene, because I was like, oh, is this Dark Forces? A la when we did that Dark Forces video, which is like, the question in my mind is it Dark Forces or is it Doom? Who fucking knows? They use the same graphical engine.
Was the second frame they show you the butthole panel?
No.
I don't know.
It's
what
like
it was.
it's an imp arm.
Ah, okay.
Butthole
Got it.
panel.
There's when you get to episode 3 in Doom, the first switch you see looks like a butthole.
And welcome to the new podcast masterclass on Doom.
Okay, George Romero's pixelated
George.
head. That'd have been good too.
George Romero, Goatsy, 2022.
Yeah, so this is 2022, not Goatsia of anything or Goat.
Rats.
We are talking about the best game musics of this year. So we all kind of brought some things to the table here. We'll get through these, but no, not doing any ranking, not doing any ordering. And maybe we'll have like some meditation afterwards and have a conversation around, hey, this was good. We'll see where this takes us. I'll start with the ones that I want to do because I may wean some out as we go along. But we'll start with let me back up. So one of the caveats to this, right? So let's establish the rules. In order to be on this list, the game needs to come out in 2022, or it needs to have DLC that came out in 2022, and there's like music tied to it, or there's an enhance or a remake or whatever, re-release, whatever it ends up being. Typically, when you have that, you've got the music is going to get redone with it too. So anything that you got to draw that line between, is it something new that I played this year because I'm going through my backlog, or it's like suddenly a hot thing that just people are talking about for no real reason, like just zeitgeist, or is there merit in it being tied to 2022? So that is why we have limited our picks to what they are currently, and why you guys were giving me some guff for being a modern gamer.
But Griff, what if I played a game from 2019, but it really felt like a 2022 game?
Then that's okay. Did it
Oh,
actually
well,
have content new in 2022?
Nope, it just
Okay,
really
so-
felt like it should have been
Yeah.
from this year.
So,
Okay.
so that's a you problem then.
Rip 2 of my choices.
So then what we could do is we can go back and look at the music from 2021, 2020, we've done this before. Actually, we had a podcast where we went back through the years. So
We'll see about that
there'll be
later.
opportunity to do that, just that. So let's get chatting. Let me take you to 2 songs that I want to show off. So both songs are from Guilty Gear Strive, which is a 2021 game. Mm-hmm. But the 2 new songs that I'm going to play are new characters that were released this year. And with that, they are the characters' theme songs. So I'll be playing here in just a moment Mirror of the World, which is Baiken's theme song. And then I'll follow that up with The Town Inside Me, which is Bridget's theme song. Guilty Gear, Strive, fighting game. Very, very good. Very big and kind of bombastic, as most fighting games are, I guess.
I feel like Guilty Gear is Street Fighter, but more anime.
Yeah.
And it's
maximum
super good.
Anime. It's very goofy, and the music is very reminiscent of that. So, both songs composed by Daisuke Ishiwatari, who I believe has been doing most of the music for the Guilty Gear franchise. Yeah, he's quite the character tied to it too. And then there's two. So you'll be able to tell here distinctly that there's two different performers in this. The first song is going to be more like rock, and that one, the performer is Naoki Hashimoto, and then I think they just go by Naoki. But they do a lot of the music from the base game, a lot of that. And then the second game, The Town Inside Me, is like a drastically different feel for music from Mirror of the World, and it is vocals by AISHA. So without further ado, let's do it.
Let's go.
The town inside me and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can't go home because I'm afraid something will change. Me without me, I'm the one to blame. But it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for a long time though. I never found out what it was. It's my stress, that's for sure. I never wanted to run away. I was very motivated. Then what is this feeling? Who would I ask? I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had the gray haze for a long time, though. I never found out what it was. I taste like vegetables I don't like. The town inside me, and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can go.
Mario,
Wow.
what'd you think?
Oh,
Pretty good?
great.
Yeah?
The guitar one, first one, I give that like probably a solid 8,
Oh.
8.5 out of 10. Like I loved how that just like was this very, like you walked into a church and then everything's on fire and there's a guitar solo. Super good.
That's a good analogy of what Guilty Gear is, too.
Yeah.
You go to church and everything's on fire, but there's a guy playing guitar really hard.
Well, the important thing is when you first go into the church, it's not on fire. But then you're in there and it's too late. It's on fire and there's a guy with a guitar.
Well, that also sounds like Guilty Gear because no one knows what's happening ever.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like that's a strength. And then the second one was just kind of like,
I think it was partial to the second one. Once the bump and beat got going.
I really liked the
I was
town
like,
inside me
ooh.
and how different it is from. I can listen. So I listen to the whole Guilty Gear soundtrack like probably regularly at least once a week when I'm at the gym. It's
No.
good gym music. I love J-rock, one of my favorite genres. You probably guys don't know that about me, but I listen to a lot of J-rock.
Okay.
go for it.
So yeah, that's like in wheelhouse for me. Is like just big weird butt
Some
rock,
kind of
but
nerd,
Japanese. Yeah. Hey guys,
I think
I'm
it
a
was great.
nerd. I did want to call out that in the first song, "Mirror of the World," it gets really weird in the back portion of it. So I'm thinking I might cut in that piece. We'll see what that looks like. Maybe I'll do that right now.
If I had a comrade, I wonder what I would tell them. Yes, I knew the answer. In the break of all vexation, it's never over yesterday. No, don't stand still. My vengeance will sacrifice. The pain, kill the pain. The hardest road lies ahead. I will be a mirror of the world.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Mirror of the World is a really, really good song that takes a lot of different turns in it, as you can tell from the beginning to when it really kicks off and gets driving. And then when I cut back in, which is, let's say 6 minutes into the fucking song, and it's like, hello, where have you been this entire time?
I don't know. It makes me think of like a rock opera. Super good.
Yeah, that's
Super
a really good analogy. Yep. Well, thank you guys for listening to those two songs, which I absolutely love. And I love Guilty Gear for how big and stupid it is. And someday I'll win my house back. I swear. All right, we'll hand it off. Any takers? Anybody want to jump in first?
Sure.
I'll hop in there.
Oh,
Do you want? You can go ahead if you want.
You first.
Okay, me first. My name is Collin Connett, and I like Elden Ring. What's a good word to describe the music of Elden Ring?
Well, we already did On Fire Church, so
It has music?
On Fire Church
There
2.
is music, and the two songs I chose, Elden Ring is interesting with music because a lot of the times you're in a very difficult boss fight, you're really focused in, and you're just not hearing the music. So if the music is so good that you're still hearing the music while you're trying not to get your butthole pounded in,
it's going to be a pounding.
It's going to be really good.
Yeah.
So my choice here was the music that plays when you're fighting the Godskin Apostles.
Foreskin Apostle.
The Foreskin Apostles.
4 horsemen of apostles.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Did you enjoy your super secret surprise second Elden Ring song?
I didn't even see it coming.
That was the Lord of Blood's theme, and it's really cool, and maybe my favorite Elden Ring song.
I think they were both great. I think the second one sounds a lot more intimidating.
Mm-hmm. It
Which,
is.
I guess makes sense with somebody named the Lord of Blood. He's not like the Lord of Flowers or they or whatever. But yeah, good stuff.
Or pronouns.
Elden Ring is a good
don't
game,
know. I haven't
which
got that
also
far.
has
It is a
good,
good
music.
It's a good game.
Good game.
Good music. Now, see, I have on this list The Final Battle, which, in my opinion, is the only good music from the the Elden Ring.
It is really, really good.
It is, but yeah. I'm not crazy about the like orchestral ambient stuff like you guys are. So difference of opinion, but the Final Battle one is like grandiose and epic and cool.
It gets you kind of with like an emotional, nostalgic impact too.
Right, but it's also worthwhile to say we're not going to play it because it does, cue in at like a really cool moment. So, save that, get there, enjoy it for yourself.
Exactly.
Do also want to call out that the composer is Tsukasa Saitoh. And I don't know if it's pedigree on other Elden games, or other Souls games. But it's again, I think, Gene, you nailed it on the head when talking about joking about Strive. I mean, it's like big and churchy and orchestral and voices, vocals, and it's sweeping and cool and of a time and location that you're in.
It feels very much like you've walked into a cathedral of some like you've angered some creature of great power, like a deity, and it's like, well, here comes the chorus, the old world music, and it's now you have to answer for your crimes or win the fight.
My crimes. All right, Gene, you're up next.
Yes, so I believe it is the Shroud from Darkest Dungeon 2, which
Speaking of churches, and
hey, look, I was an altar boy once. We'll leave it by. Anyways, so the game of my choice is Darkest Dungeon 2, which isn't technically released. It's in pre-access and all this other stuff, but there was a new song released, I guess, midpoint this year for the area called the Shroud. The composer is Stuart Chatwood, and it is just, it's really good. Like, it's just really good. It's very like a water and kind of oceanic themed area, and I think that reflects well on the music, so let her roll. Oh, so good. And to set the tone, you're on this just dilapidated dock or wharf fighting these just creatures from the abyss that look like they broke out of the Black Lagoon. And it's just very barnacle piratey monstrosity. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that was super sick.
And it just reflects the area so well.
I liked the yo-ho-ho-ness of it. The bum, 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 bum. It had that, like, the sound that I equate to waves when I listen to boat music on my free time, when I Google boat music.
It is very...
Really had that Edmund Fitzgerald vibe to it.
Classic, yeah.
Very much like a pirate shanty kind of feel to it, where and the creatures you fight there are like these just horrors from the abyss that are dressed up like pirates. It's so good. I love that song. It's such a banger.
What was that?
I said a star-spawned horror.
Oh, Eldritch Horror.
Darkest Dungeon quotes, yay.
Yay, we love them.
All right, back to me.
Singular strike.
You can say it into the mic.
A singular strike.
Indeed. Okay, so another two shot here that we're gonna listen to. Again, this one's my coming from a game that's not from this year. This is actually a 2020 game. This is
Cheater.
Again, Genshin Impact.
Cheater.
You may know also otherwise known as reigning champion for mobile game of the year from the VGAs, second year in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Very good game. Very good music. And so why do I bring this up, right? So not to go down a Genshin Impact hole here, but you know, it's a service game, so it's getting incremental updates that, you know, the content is being drip fed out through the course of the year. So what I'm bringing to you is a character theme that came out this year, Cyno. So we'll play that one first, and his name is his song is Counsel of Condemnation, and then the second song we'll be playing is Hustle and Bustle of Ormos. And that both of these things coincided with the launch of a new landmass. So again, not to go into too deep detail here, but Genshin updates, and there's like a new gigantic location to explore, typically one that is associated with like a country. So this would be the North Africa, Southwest Asia realm. So think, you know, India, North Africa, or Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Thailand type of thing. I could be wrong on that one, but I don't know.
I don't know where Thailand is either.
Thailand! So the first song definitely has some Egyptian vibes. The character is wearing like an Anubis hat. He's very cool. But I do have to say this. So both songs, right, composed by HOYO-MiX. The first song I'm going to play is arranged by tnbee, who has a YouTube channel. I'll be playing off that. And the reason why I call that out is because the song isn't in the game. Huh? It's part of the character announcement trailer for saying, here's Cyno, here's him running around doing cool shit. And this is the song that plays through the trailer. So I'm going to play this, and it's very good. And then Hustle and Bustle of Ormos will speak for itself. It's fucking incredible. yeah.
Very nice.
That was spicy.
Good. Ooh.
That was spicy.
Cyno is spicy. Ormos is spicy. Both are so good. I really, so I think there's an internet gag of the quality of the Ormos music, and that people are saying, like, just listen to that on loop, and that's the best game ever. And they're not wrong, because it is so fucking good. The build is very good. The break in it, it's a very cool song. And it's the thing that's a bummer about it is the place you go to encounter that music is not particularly highly trafficked within the game. But you know, when you are there, then it's like, yes, this song, Ormos, so good.
This is a treat.
Yeah,
as part of exploring this area.
Yeah, and you guys heard it right away with Cyno's theme, like very Egyptian, or whatever stereotype of Egyptian music is for American audience. Like you hear it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
it's great. It's done very well.
Yeah, and what's cool in the game is, right, dude is the Cyno character. He's wearing like the Anubis mask, and there's like a big desert area that you're in with a big inverted pyramid, and it's so cool. But yeah, it really goes full on into that, and that it's a shame that those character tracks don't exist in game. But that's where the weird thing is. Like a lot of that music is, in my mind, tied to the game, but not directly in it, which is bizarre. But they use in a lot of their marketing. Which would make sense as to why I heard this. But last year also, there was a concert, Genshin Remix concert, and they took a lot of the character themes, and phenomenal. Like, just, you thought that one was good, it's more bangers. So go check that out.
Quite frank, the second one I think I like the most. It made me think very much of like a packed, like Arabian Nights, like bazaar. You got people all in there, all this just lively action, people selling stuff where it's like, don't ask where I got this, but it's the best.
That's
like,
also what I got immediately from that.
Like that was super cool. And then it kind of had that break in it, and I was like, all right, now there's like a temple in the distance, some cranes flying through the sun. Like, super cool. Very, very vivid coloring of the brain.
Nice. There's one other song from Genshin Impact that I wanted to call it, and it's the fighting. It's like there's like two battle themes, and in Sumeru, which is what the new location is called, and it's Swirls of the Stream. I won't play that one, but on your own time, you should check it out. Pretty good. Or you just play Genshin. Good game. Either way, totally fine.
I have to dust it off and play it again. Or is it too late at this point?
No, come back. All right, baton handed over to Collin.
Hello. The next song is from a little game called Tunic. And I was having difficulty choosing a song out of this game because there's a lot of bangers as I was going through the OST. But I settled on the one you're about to hear. As you journey through the world of Tunic, you will eventually find yourself in the Cum Zone, deep beneath the Ziggurat.
What?
Yes?
You heard that right.
The Cum Zone. The
Oh,
Pepto-Bismol Pond. And when you are there, you will hear this music, and it's really good. So let's listen to it.
Does it give you cab fare?
Maybe. That song is so cool.
Oh my god. It was really good. I forget how, like, I don't want to call it techno, but like electronic Tunic music is.
Yeah.
It is very good. It's also very nice and ambient too.
Very
A
ambient.
lot of good ambient music in Tunic. This is true.
I didn't get to come.
No?
No.
Well, you have to get a refund now.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
Well,
Gene, do you have any cum in your next song?
no.
Unfortunate.
But the next two songs are from a game called Tiny Folks, which is this super small indie game that came out of nowhere and blew my mind away, both because all of the music in this game is fantastic and very much adapts to your areas that you're in and what you're fighting, and as creatures become more apparent and joining you, the tempo picks up in the songs, and the game itself is super fun. It's just a great game.
Is Tiny Folks politically correct?
I don't think they had a budget to include politics, so there's two songs from the game that I'm recommending. One is Goblins, and the other one is Port Pelican. All of these are done by Pierre Vandermeusen, which is both the developer, the creator, the artist. He did everything for this game.
oh wow, cool.
You should absolutely buy it. It's like $4. Such a good game. Such a good game. Such a good soundtrack. Those are two of the like 16 or 15 that are on that game, and all of them are just so good. And it still blows my mind. It's done by one dude who did all of it. Like, it's amazing.
First song wins, easy.
Easy. How Goblins is so good. I love Goblins.
It's fantastic. And I feel like every person that I've ever watched play through the game, in my own experience playing through the game, it's like when you go through these levels, like the first half of that song is just the stage music. But when the boss shows up and you're at the end, that's when the tempo kicks up and it's like, oh, just so good.
Yeah, you called them out when we were listening to them too, and like the boss enters and that break is like that beat drop is so good in the Goblin one, and then the Port Pelican was really fun too. I think if I were to change one thing about Port Pelican, it would be it needs like the old SNES 16-bit era of like the hey like that vocal sample.
Yeah.
That would be pretty fantastic.
It's like horribly compressed.
But like the thing that cracks me, the thing that kind of blows my mind about that, those are 2 songs out of all those, and I could have threw a dart at a board. I mean, Goblins has to be in there, but I could have threw a dart, and any of the tracks from any of the songs or any of the areas on there are so good. It's just those are the 2 that I probably listen to the most.
It's good. I like it. It's more of the ambient stuff that we've been kind of jamming out to, but I think I like these guys. Like, it's more driving, more personality, a lot of fun. All right, back to me.
Tag, you're it.
Oh,
Do it,
cool.
Griff.
Okay, I will. I don't know. Let's do another fun one. So another game came out this year: Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. Long-awaited game that is kind of bringing the TMNT stuff back to its roots, beat 'em up roots. Gosh, I'm blanking on the company that did it, but well regarded for their treatment of other fighting game work, or excuse me, beat 'em up work. And with it came a whole bunch of, great music for a pretty good game. Now, we may harken back to Turtles in Time, that old doozy, the arcade classic, the one that was on the NES or SNES as well, and that had really, really good music, which I'm sure we've played on here before.
Probably.
But I want to show off, I want to speak to one track, the main theme, like the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song is really good. Mike Patton does the audio and, like, I want to say guitar too, and it's so good. Most of the tracks are really good. Mega Ran, who I've showed you guys before, has a rapping track where I think he is like rapping as Shredder in it. So there's jokes and it goes hard, but it's very good. But I want to play for you a song called Panic in the Sky, and this one is you may not come as a surprise, but you're in the sky. You're flying with the turtle blimp or whatever the fuck it's called. And yeah, it's one of those forced left-rightly side scrollers, and it's by T. Lopez and Johnny Atma, and it is awesome.
City, I'm fired up and I'm feeling gritty. Fists rumble in the air like thunder. This battle ride's gonna take you under. Like a shooting star blazing through the skies, and the fire burning in my eyes. Catching up to you, I'm bringing on the fire. Gonna blow you up like dynamite. Hey, blow up like dynamite. Come on, I can feel this running through my veins. Tunnel cityscape. Can't nobody stop me. Like a mighty force of nature, wreaking havoc in the sky.
Wow.
That was fucking groovy,
That's
dude.
what flying in a plane is like, right, guys?
Exactly
So much
like
fun.
that.
So good.
I feel like it was Turtles in Time, and I just got through in that portal.
Yeah, this game is very good. It's a great beat 'em up. They do everything great justice to the Turtles beat 'em up franchise, and obviously the music is top notch, stellar. 2 thumbs up.
I like you.
All right, over to you, Colin.
Me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to skip here a little bit.
Oh.
And we're going to go to some Final Fantasy VI. You may say
Hey,
to
that
yourself,
game didn't come out this year.
you may say to yourself, Griff, Collin,
That's an old game.
you fucking moron.
feel
That
like-
didn't come out in 2022.
Didn't I play that the first time when I was like 13?
Probably somewhere
womb.
around there. Yeah, well, they did a big old remaster of some of the OG Final Fantasies.
Did they fix the pixels?
They did fix the pixel, and they look really nice now. They also completely redid all the music for all the games, and it's really good. They did a really good job.
It
And
is- It is very good.
Eugene can vouch for me on this. Anywho, so I would like you to listen to Cyan's theme, new and improved, and awesome. Here we go.
Ring, ring, ring. Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Who is this? It's Flute Guy,
Yes.
and he says he wants more work.
We love Flute Guy here at the Good Game, Good Music podcast.
We love Flute Guy. However, Xenoblade Chronicles will not be on any of these lists.
No, it sure won't.
Because none of us played it.
I hate that game.
I do too.
But yeah, you know, you've all heard it before, but you've never heard it this good.
That was good.
All of the music in Pixel Remastered for Final Fantasy VI is incredible. It's so... They're just great. Like, they're done very well.
Makes you feel nice inside. Gene's out of music.
Yep. I'm out of music.
Hey, that's all right, man. We got plenty of music to share this year. Lots of good games, lots of good music. So I'll just run back up to the top to go through a couple more of mine. This one, Collin, you have also played and probably experienced.
Yes.
A little game called Neon White.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of an odd premise in which it's a first-person shooter, action platformer, time trial runner. So shooting is secondary, primary is more just traversal and speedrunning, and it's a really fun game in that it's kind of like it's a first-person shooter puzzle.
Gotta get your S ranks.
Yeah, but it's not like a logic puzzler in that it's like slow and methodical, and you're like, oh, that's the solution. It's like,
So how do I go fast?
how do I break the sequence and how do I go faster? Really cool game.
And it has the Cowboy Bebop voice man.
That's
Really?
true. Steve Bloom. So outside of the game, right, there's also some anime-ass romancing to be had and story thingins. So you got your heavy hitters. You got your Steve Bloom there doing the main character White, and there's some other shenanigans. It's fun. And the music is by Machine Girl, and I'm gonna play Glass Ocean, which is I think one of the first songs you hear in one of the first levels. What was the part you liked about that, Colin?
That was very good.
Doom guy humping the wall.
Open the door, please. Yeah, really, really good. It is like that. Again, ambient, easy listening, but super intense and driving. And it's also one of those songs that, like, when you restart it because you're taking another run at the level or whatever, I don't even know if it restarts. But if it does or it doesn't, I don't know. It all blends together, and it's...
Yeah, I don't remember if it continues to play or not either.
Yeah. Being completely oblivious to the actual game because I've never played it, but like that's the song you listen to when it's like gotta go fast. It's so good. I like it. That's fantastic.
Yes, sir. It was so. As I was playing the game, I was like, "Oh man, I should like check out the soundtrack for this." And then I was listening to some of the other tracks in it, like "Vainglorious Chorus," another one I recommend, and "Bloody Sneakers," Violet, one of the other characters' themes. And I was like, I should probably not listen to this music like outside of the game, otherwise it'll burn out by the time I get back into the game and play more of it. So it's I don't think that's the case, but it's really, really good, and really for it being kind of like a easy listening, non-focus type of music, ambient music. It's also really snackable. Like I feel like you can just pop it on and listen to it real quick and go about its doing things. So I highly recommend Neon White's music.
Very good.
Indeed.
Colin, do you want to take another, throw your last one on there, or do you want me to do another one? What do you think? Wait.
I'll do my last one.
All right.
Not a game that you might expect to have super sweet music, but it does. Dicey Dungeons. Dicey Dungeons also did not come out in 2022, but the Reunion DLC did, with some new sounds, some new tunes.
I
and
played it this year.
What's
I
that?
played it this year.
Hmm?
I played the game.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
You're right.
I like Dicey Dungeons.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun little experience.
It's a fun little game.
This is The Gall and the Gumption. Funky tune.
That funked me up.
Very bouncy.
I love it.
Composer in question is Chipzel, is her stage name.
Oh.
Out of dance and electronic music.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Funky, fun, driving, exciting music. I like the horns. And then when it gives way to the like chiptune stuff, chiptune can get to be problematic in my mind, especially like with on Monoguchi doing a great job, but then just becoming very ubiquitous. So this was really, really good, especially yeah.
Big fan.
I want to listen more of that music. Yeah.
Dicey Dungeons got that good music.
Okay. Let's jump on over to a game which I don't know if you guys played. It's called Sleeper or Citizen Sleeper. I always switch those two up. This came across my radar. It was Games Pass on Xbox, and we were all tabletop role playing game fools here. And this is one of the games that I think you guys would like, in that it is very much a on its face and surface a game where it's like, hey, do you want to know the mechanics of how to play this by servicing these dice, and these dice direct how the actions that you have available to you, and your character choices on how you build your character tie into dice. So it's very cool. I liked it a lot because the setting is like a decrepit space station in like it's not like dystopia cyberpunk future, but it is like very Akira cyberpunk future, where it's like things are cool and futuristic, but also like dirty and kind of old at the same time. Slummy cyberpunk, but not in like the now cyberpunk franchise kind of way.
So more like Altered Carbon, where like there's hyper technology, everything's super advanced, but there's also kind of a film of dirt on things.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this game is very simple visually, but it's also very like pensive, and it makes you it builds a tone of each day, and each action that you take within it is like very impactful and meaningful, because it's like a struggle to survive with the limited resources that you have. So I'll play this song, which is Sleeper. I think it's the song that plays when you end your day and go to sleep. Yeah, any of these tracks are very good for this one too. We have returned from the sleep.
I like somber tunes like that.
That was a great song.
Then you would like a lot of the soundtrack for this game, because there's not a lot of beat bopping, hip hopping, fun music. It's all very pensive and ambient. Again.
I don't want none of that hip hop in my video games.
Well, let me tell you what. I will give you the most un-hip hop song next.
Uh-oh.
And that is from a game called Air Twister, which came out on iOS only for Apple Arcade, so no other way to get this. It is a spiritual successor to one of my favorite best game or good game, good music features, Space Harrier. So if you throw your mind way back to that's that shooter back in the day when that had a different meaning, and Air Twister is very much that same thing, like Panzer Dragoon. The swipe a bunch of things on the screen with your targeting laser, and then blast out a million lasers to hit them all. Except it's that same Space Harrier nonsense of like there's mushrooms everywhere, or you're fighting like weird floaty dragon skeletons that are flying around, and you're a lady with a big crossbow. It's big and stupid and wild and like a fever dream, and it's
These all sound like good things.
yeah. So to add on top of the bonkers nonsense that is Air Twister, the game, you have I'll play 2 tracks. One, the titular Air Twister, and the second one being Princess Mystic. This whole album being new music by Valencia, and also I think they pulled some of Valencia's older tracks off prior albums, but dude doesn't have a whole breadth of a lot of work out there, but he has a very unique voice, and he has a very unique skill set on how the type of music he produces tracks with other things you may have heard before. So
Liam Nelson heard.
We'll give Air Twister and Princess Mystic here a little shot.
Twister's ready, so get your wings and zest. 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 Okay, off we go with Johnny, bound for the sky. Now it's time to fly, 'cause I am the Air Twister boy. Side I do my flyby. Invaded barren land, so just kick the tires and then light the fire. She's meeting the demons. You tried to shoot a lock on her twice. Twister's visiting the demons tonight. Oh, Air Twister, if you could be soaring this one and meet the enemy. Oh, Air Twister, if we could see them creatures locked down by the radar. Is anybody lonely? I'm here. Is there anybody lonely? Princess Mystique, Princess Mystique. The aliens just looking up as I believe tonight. They're floating on it, floating baby wild skies. No hardly anti-gravity. My signature strong, she's a pen. You're strong with 8-meter wingspan. She's carrying me over the floor. I'm big, a bow, a weaponry. So we need a Princess Mystique. Baby, be the unleash. So we need a stick. I want to pay them, won't you save me with a Mickey and me? Princess Mystique. What's the calamities from afar? Flying all across the billion.
That was bizarre.
Freddie Mercury approves. I felt like that was like an unreleased Queen album.
Yeah, actually
interesting.
though.
Yeah, the way I like to think of this soundtrack is if we shot Bohemian Rhapsody into space and aliens got it and were like, well, these are the only notes we can make music with, so here we go. But yeah, Collin, you called out. I was searching for that. Yu Suzuki did this, so the connection there to Space Harrier and all that there should be made clear. But the Valencia dude, buck wild. Every other track in the game is basically the first 8 notes from Bohemian Rhapsody. Like I picked those 2 songs, Air Twister and Princess Mystique, because they're slightly different from the mold. But like, go check it out. Go pull up Valencia for Air Twister and listen to literally any of the songs, and it's just Bohemian Rhapsody.
I just love the fact that when you sent out the message to the group, you're like, hey, check out Air Twister's song track. Like, which one? Any of them. Oh, and you're right.
It's wild. It's a wild game. It's weird. It's weird and goofy, and the music is so good with it. So, what do you guys think?
Play Kirby.
I think
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
I think this is a great year for both games, music, all above. So good.
Agree. I think there's some notable absences, but again, we drew our lines very clearly, and also I think our tastes come through very clearly with these selections. I am very much floored by the Tiny Folks music.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
I am ready to go listen to more of that.
It's so fucking good. Like, and it's I don't know how I just got. So there's a couple of streamers I different watch. Bear Traffy's the one that I like to fall asleep to, and he's like, "Oh, somebody recommended this game," and then he started playing it. I woke up from a dead sleep. I'm like, I have to buy this.
What's happening?
And it's $4 It's so good. It's so fucking good. I cannot praise that game enough. And it's done by one fucking dude. Music, graphics, everything.
Good game, good music.
It's all of them are bangers. All of them.
I dig it.
Well said. All right, any other parting thoughts?
Poop.
All right, classic.
I look forward to 2023's music.
Oh, do you?
I think it's going to be
you
great.
look forward to the music of 23. Wow.
I have nothing to base this off of.
I can't wait to hear the Silk Song music.
That's going to be our 2029 podcast.
What was it? The silly song?
Silk Song. Yeah.
Silk song.
The silly song. The silly string.
Yes.
I may as well be, because that game's never
No, we're going to be hearing some Octopath Traveler 2 music next year.
Hell
Woo.
yeah.
That is a good point. Octopath Traveler. Great game, too.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, we got plenty of stuff this year to go through. So enjoy, and thank you for listening to Good Game, Good Music.
Thank you for stopping in.
I've been Griff Hoffmann.
This is Gene Sopher Jr.
And this is Collin Connett.
Yeah. We'll see you around.
We did it.
Okay, bye.